The story begins not with a victory, but with a ghost. The ghost of 3 Roman legions, annihilated in the Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD. Varus led his men into a trap set by Arminius, a trusted ally turned enemy. 20,000 Romans died, and 3 sacred eagles were lost. The loss devastated Rome. Emperor Augustus was haunted, crying out for his lost legions. Enter Germanicus, young, charismatic, and Rome's great hope, tasked with reclaiming the eagles and restoring pride. The quest for vengeance had begun. Germanicus wasted no time. In 14 AD, he launched massive campaigns east of the Rhine. With 8 legions and a powerful fleet, he unleashed overwhelming force. His first target, the Marsi tribe, attacked during a festival. The result was brutal. Villages burned, no mercy shown. This was Rome's message: resist and face annihilation. In 15 AD, Germanicus led his men to the Teutoburg Forest, where the ground still held the bones of the fallen. Soldiers mourned, performed funeral rites, and swore vengeance. This pilgrimage turned grief into resolve. Soon after, Germanicus clashed with Arminius. The battle was inconclusive, but he recovered one lost eagle. News of the eagle's return electrified Rome. The campaign was working. Honor was being restored. Germanicus's men were now fighting for more than victory. They fought for Rome's soul. The quest for the remaining eagles continued. The shadow of Teutoburg was slowly lifting. Amid the chaos, one figure shone. Agrippina the Elder, granddaughter of Augustus and wife of Germanicus. She defied tradition by joining her husband on campaign. She brought her children, including the future Emperor Caligula, into the heart of danger. Agrippina's presence inspired the troops. She visited the wounded, shared hardships, and became a living symbol of the imperial family's commitment. Her courage and compassion forged a unique bond with the soldiers. She was more than a general's wife. She was their mother of the camps. Her popularity rivaled that of Emperor Tiberius, making her a political force. Agrippina shattered gender norms, proving a woman could wield real influence on the frontier. The soldiers saw her as a patroness, a source of strength and good fortune. Her legend grew with every act of bravery. In the harsh world of the Roman frontier, Agrippina became a symbol of hope. In 15 AD, Agrippina faced her greatest test. A rumor swept the camp. The Roman army was surrounded, doomed like Varus's legions. Panic erupted. Soldiers rushed to destroy the bridge across the Rhine. Agrippina intervened, confronting the panicked men and refusing to let them destroy it. Her resolve calmed the chaos. The bridge was saved. The rumor proved false. Germanicus's army returned, battered but alive. Agrippina's courage saved the army and sealed her legend. While Rome celebrated, the Germanic tribes faced devastation. Roman campaigns targeted not just warriors, but entire communities, burning crops, slaughtering livestock, and destroying villages. This strategy, vastatio, aimed to break the enemy's will by making survival impossible. Archaeology reveals the scars: burned homes, shattered pottery, and abandoned settlements. The destruction forced families to flee, turning survivors into refugees. The trauma ran deep, shaping Germanic memory for generations. Some tribes resisted and were crushed. Others, like the Angrivari, surrendered to avoid annihilation. Roman terror divided the tribes, undermining Arminius's dream of unity. The cost was not just in lives, but in the very fabric of Germanic society. Rome's vengeance left a legacy of fear and division. The war's emotional toll was immense on both sides. For the Germanic tribes, it meant grief, fear, and shattered lives, fields burned, families scattered, and a generation lost. The story of Thusnelda, Arminius's wife, captured and paraded in Rome, embodied the personal tragedies behind the headlines. Her fate was a symbol of defeat and humiliation. For Romans, the return of the eagles brought pride and relief, but also a sobering realization. Germania was not conquered. The campaigns were costly, thousands died, and a disastrous storm wrecked the Roman fleet. Tiberius, seeing the price, recalled Germanicus and set the Rhine as the permanent frontier. The soldiers regained their honor, but the enemy remained free. Rome's victory was incomplete, and the scars ran deep. The wars ended, but the wounds lingered. The cost of vengeance was measured in lives, not just in eagles. The Rhine became a line between worlds. The legionary eagle, or aquila, was Rome's most sacred symbol. More than a standard, it was the legion's soul. Losing an eagle meant utter disgrace. Its recovery was a sacred quest. The loss of 3 eagles in 9 AD was a national trauma, a sign the gods had abandoned Rome. Germanicus's recovery of the first eagle was a spiritual victory, proof that Rome's favor was returning. The second eagle, won in fierce battle, crowned his campaigns. The final eagle was recovered decades later, closing a painful chapter. The eagles, once symbols of defeat, became monuments to Roman perseverance. They were enshrined in the temple of Mars the Avenger, a testament to vengeance fulfilled. For Rome, the eagles were more than metal, they were destiny. Their recovery restored the empire's pride. Rome's obsession with lost standards was legendary. After Crassus's defeat at Carrhae, eagles were lost to Parthia, recovered decades later by Augustus through diplomacy, not war. The return of the standards was celebrated as a triumph, proving the symbol mattered more than the method. In Illyria and Britain, lost eagles spurred brutal campaigns to restore Roman honor. Each recovery reaffirmed Rome's resilience. Defeat was never final. The eagles were extensions of Rome itself. Their loss was a wound. Their return, a declaration of destiny. Across deserts, forests, and hills, the message was clear. Rome would always come back. The eagle's journey was the story of Rome's unbreakable will. Their recovery was a reaffirmation of empire. The saga of Germanicus, Agrippina, and the Lost Eagles is more than ancient history. It's a story of honor, revenge, and the cost of conflict. For Rome, it became a myth of disaster and redemption, with Germanicus and Agrippina as icons of heroism and virtue. For the Germanic peoples, it left scars and shaped their identity for centuries. Arminius, once a tribal leader, became a symbol of German unity and resistance. The campaigns marked a turning point. The Rhine became a lasting frontier, dividing cultures and shaping Europe's future. The power of symbols, like the eagles, could shape empires and destinies. The stories told by Tacitus and others became the foundation of national memory. History, they remind us, is not just facts, but the stories we choose to remember. The echoes of Teutoburg still shape our world. The ghosts of lost legions remind us The past is never truly gone.